One of these days I'll start a stream without coughing. Um, alright. Yeah, stream. I really don't have a plan today. Like, normally I kind of like vaguely know what I'm gonna do, and then I just don't do it anyway, but like, tonight I really got nothing. So I guess I'll just check this thing out for a start. Yes, the plan is do stuff. Also, I noticed that the tracking on my mouth is a little bit wonky. I think that's just because, like, the issue from a while back. Oh, welcome back, Recycled Gear Set. Yeah, MSQ has entered the chat. You overestimate me. How am I? Oh, shit, hi. Lots of armor. I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. Right, I was gonna say, yes, happy Friday. Today was actually a pretty decent day at work. Yeah, very good start. I found pants. Or a lack thereof. Yeah, today was pretty decent. So I'm in a pretty good mood. Yeah, I hope that your Friday has been wonderful as well. You feel like Link is a yoga pants kind of guy? Definitely. Like, Link is the kind of guy who knows what he's got, and, you know, he lets his hips, whisper, not shout. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what? This thing here is probably one of those, like, depot things that gives me a schematic. So in hindsight, I should definitely check out all of those. Yeah, given how quick I used to send there, you'd think I finally officially learned it. I learn, eventually. Now, you want to see some really infuriating stuff? Just wait and see if I ever stream my Necromancer attempts. Like, Ariel, stop reading chat, you're on floor 179 and there's 10 minutes left on the clock. You know what else I haven't learned? Not to do this. Huh, it actually worked. Nice. Distance does help. I will concede that point. So as you can see, Pikmin is on the Switch. Ow. I have no idea what prompted the decision to give these guys, like, floppy horns, but, like, kinda works. They took out all the branding. Yeah. You can't go find Duracells anymore. Well, I mean... yeah. What was he doing? Right, this thing. Up here. Yeah, hashtag not your Pikmin. I've never actually... You're gonna react, like, negatively to this, but, like, I've never really seen the appeal in Pikmin, so, you know, maybe you'll show me sometime. Because, like, I just don't get the appeal. Yeah. Heathen. Yeah, that's about what I expected. They're just little guys, but, like... I don't know, I just don't see the appeal. Now, a game that I would absolutely love to see on Switch that involves a little guy is Chibi Robo. I think Chibi Robo would actually do, like... Chibi Robo's more dead than Yunobo. Fair. Chibi Robo is one of those games that, like, I really wanted to play growing up, but I just never had the money for it. I remember it was very close to Okami in the games shelf at the store, and I wanted to play both of them. And as an adult, I got to play Okami, because, you know, you can still buy Okami, but you can't get Chibi Robo, and I think that's a shame. Weird that they'd be close together. It's because they were... It's because Chibi Robo was for the GameCube, and then Okami was for the Wii. And, like, the Nintendo section was, like, there. And the way it, like, lined up, like, the O's on the Wii's and the C's on the GameCubes were, like, next to one another. Sometimes I think about the fact that as a child, I probably, like, walked past the DS section and just completely ignored SMT4 because it's just, like, the cover just had, like, a picture of a guy on it, and I'm just like, what's that? I don't care. And I didn't realize that I was missing out on one of the best games of all time. Yeah, SMT4, absolutely spectacular game. Like, zero marketing. Is this going to be possible? Yeah. Nahobino has oomph. Yes, Nahobino looks really good. He's shiny, he's distinct, and people actually know what SMT is now because of Persona. SMT4 was just like, what's this weird little thing on the DS doing? This is almost certainly not the right way to get to this thing that I'm trying to get to. You probably approach it from, like, here. Oh, it's Strict Naruto Village. Interesting. Is there, like, a pit here I can use? Man, you probably approach it from over here, but whatever, I'll keep trying. That reminds me, I still need to finish SMT5. Oh dear. God, perfect. Yeah, like, I was doing SMT5, I don't think I can go up there. I was doing SMT5, and then just, like... There's one lesson I've not learned here. Fair enough. I was doing SMT5, and then I think Endwalker came out, and I just never went back to SMT5. Yeah, Endwalker happened. I was unemployed when Endwalker came out, which worked out really nicely because it meant that I could wake up at 6 a.m. every single day, get in ahead of the queue, and do nothing but Endwalker all day, every day. So I got all of Endwalker done in like 2 weeks. A dead end, he says. This looks pretty bombable. I was wrong. But like, you see where I got that from, right? That's clearly a different texture. Stone statue. Oh. The quickest I'm wrong ever. Okay, so that's the hint. There is something in there, but... yeah, there's probably something else I can break the wall with. Because like the guy was saying, there is like a mine in there, but like the wall is blocked off. Ow. A fallen statue is buried in the wall. No, I want to pick up the rupees, not... yeah, like 2 weeks from Shin Megami Tensei 5 to Endwalker. It was very, very quick. Especially where, like, I don't rush RPGs. How do I like SMT5? SMT5 is really good. I'm not a huge fan of all the changes that they did. Namely, they made the buffs more like Persona, where they're temporary, but then wear off after a few turns. And if you recast them, it just refreshes the duration, compared to the other games where they're permanent until otherwise acted upon, and casting multiples enhances the effect. There's just something I find, like, really... what's the word I'm looking for? Really satisfying about, like, getting into a tough boss fight, and then, like, the first 3 rounds are just casting buffs and debuffs. And I have access to a flying machine here. Yeah, with Magatsuhi it needed to be changed. Yeah, like, the fact that you have, like, a limit break bar definitely kind of, like, changes the dynamic of it. SMT5 is your first SMT, honestly go for it. Especially if you've, like, played Persona, it'll be, like... it's definitely a very... it's extremely... so the best way I can put it is, so, like, you know how in Persona, the main party, like, you, Joker, or, you know, you, Narukami, the main character is, like, super customizable, and then your party members are just there and they have their thing, and the only customization that you get is swapping them out. SMT is like that, except every single character is as customizable as the protagonist. And generally speaking, it's far more difficult to accommodate that level of customization potential. Yeah, every party member is a demon. Yeah, so, like, as an example, suppose there's a demon that just, like, does a lot of fire damage. It's really cool. So, like, suppose there's a demon that does, like, a lot of fire damage, like, an absurd amount of fire damage. There is absolutely nothing stopping you from giving every single member of your party fire immunity. Okay, I'm just staring at this wall and accomplishing nothing. SMT also does turns differently to Persona. So in Persona, if you get a crit or if you strike a weakness, you get to take 1 more turn. In SMT, what you have are called press turns, where every party member that you have on the field, so like if you have 3 party members, you have 3 of them, you get 1 turn icon for every party member on the field. So typically that's going to be 4, because if you're running with less than a full party, you're either doing a challenge run or about to die. So you get a turn icon for every party member, and then how well you do on your turn can either consume more than 1 turn icon, or consume less than 1 turn icon. So like, for example, using the Persona example, I'm gonna put a mark here just because I don't know what's going on. Using the Persona example. So like, actually scratch that. So like, suppose nothing spectacular happens. You have 4 turn icons, you have 4 party members. Every party member can take 1 turn, each turn consumes 1 turn icon, and now it's the enemy's round. Suppose you like strike weaknesses and get crits. Instead of giving the character that like landed the crit or has hit the weakness another turn, it consumes half of a turn icon instead of a full turn icon. And it leaves you with like what's called a half turn. And basically you can take a half turn as a turn, and the only difference is that a half turn can't generate a half turn. So like, hypothetically, you could take up to 8 actions every single round if you hit weaknesses or get crits. And the flip side to that is, if you miss an attack, it consumes 2 turn icons. So like, buffs like Sukunda and Sukukaja become really, really important, because like, missing an attack goes from an inconvenience to like really devastating, because it's like, oh, what if the last turn was going to go to your healer, but you missed your attack, and they lost their turn because you accidentally lost 2 turn icons. It's really cool. Oh, that's a like. I don't like that. That was smooth. Oh, my thing broke. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Like, if you get the hang of using it, SMT is much more complicated than Persona. Yeah, like I say, the press turn system, once you get the hang of it, you feel really absurdly powerful. Oh, dang it. Oh, right, this one has rocks on it. You feel really powerful, because, like, you can, like, go and, like, look at descriptions of SMT bosses, and they sound, like, absurdly, like, overpowered. And they kind of are, but, like, the thing is, if you play well, you can pull basically all the same things that they can pull. Like, for example, in SMT3, Beelzebub is a boss, and his opening move is to hit your entire party, with a move that instantly kills you. And literally the only way to not instantly die is to be completely immune to death effects. If you're completely immune to death effects, it only hits as hard as a Megadolon. And like, that sounds absurdly overpowered, and it kind of is, but like the thing is... Yeah, exactly. Persona's a spin-off of SMT. Like, if you've ever wondered why, like, all the demons seem to have, like, a bunch of personality, and then exactly one line, it's because they're from a different series, and they're just making cameos in Persona. But yeah, like I say, very, very cool, very dynamic fights. It's really, really tense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, like, it can be really tense when you're like... Yeah, if you like SMT5, play SMT3. SMT3 is, like, amazing. Honestly, I don't know if you have a Switch, but SMT3 is available on Steam. It's called SMT3 Nocturne, and it is, by a mile, one of the best JRPGs ever made. Yeah, no, they're just all really good. If I were to give it like an elevator pitch, just like a short, snappy thing, I would say that SMT is the game that Christians think Pokemon is. But without top percentile Rattatas. Yes, correct. You won't be finding top percentile Pixies. Yes, you will. Oh, true. You just have to make them. Yeah, no, you can get like an absurd amount. Yeah, find and make are not the same. Counterpoint, Super Pixie. You don't have to invest anything into Super Pixie, you just have to meet the conditions to get her. Also, if you get SMT Nocturne on Steam, because of licensing silliness, when you start a new game, you have to make sure to hit New Game Maniacs instead of just New Game. Because if you just hit New Game, it'll give you essentially the initial release and not like the enhanced re-release. And also, there's DLC where a character called Raido Kuzunoha can be replaced with Dante from Devil May Cry. And honestly, like, if you can replace something with Dante from Devil May Cry, that's generally the right call. Yeah, featuring Dante from Devil May Cry. If you've ever seen that meme, SMT3 is the game it came from. SMT is actually, like, really, really cool and influential and popular. Well, not popular. It's always been a really niche series, but a very, very influential one. Kind of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure before the anime made it really, really popular. It's like, it had fingers in everything, you just didn't know about it. Yeah, SMT is really good. Also, fun fact, SMT itself is a spin-off of a spin-off, making Persona a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off. Yeah, Persona 5 has very much shifted, like, the tone that they go for in their games. SMT games typically are extremely dark. Like, the average SMT game begins with, like, the near-total eradication of humanity. And then, like, your character is, your protagonist is basically, like, either just trying to survive or trying to, like, bring together the fragments of a broken world to try and make something out of it so that they can, like, you know, rebuild. Yeah, popularity rather than tone, too. Yeah, like, even, like, Persona, up to Persona 4, it was still fairly niche. Persona 5 brought it into mainstream. It's kind of like how nobody knew about Elder Scrolls until Skyrim happened. And now they've been on Skyrim for a decade. I remember, it was years ago now, but like people were like, when are we gonna get a Skyrim 2? And I'm just like, you're not getting a Skyrim 2, you're getting an Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, exactly. Elder Scrolls 6 has no planned release date. Also, speaking of Persona 5, I love how immediately after it released, the Persona 5 Gacha mobile game completely dropped off the radar. Oh yeah, not just date, Elder Scrolls 6 has no planned console. Good point. Persona 5 Gacha, yes, there was a Persona 5 mobile game, which was basically just, as far as I could tell, like, it was just a retrain of Persona 5. But it's like instead of a cat, you've got a bird, and instead of Joker, you've just got like somebody else. But it was a gacha game. You're not actually like doing anything interesting. You're just paying money and hoping you get Pixie. If Digital Devil Saga, which is another SMT game that's another SMT spin-off, if Digital Devil Saga ever comes to PC, I am definitely going to drop some Tears of the Kingdom time slots and play Digital Devil Saga instead. World of Warcraft also has no console. I mean, maybe Steam Deck? Oh, you know what? Actually, Microsoft. Microsoft is buying Activision unless the FTC blocks it. So you might actually see WoW on Xbox. Okay, yeah, I gotta come down from above. How might I do that? Yeah, there literally is no entrance. So, like, the only way to get there must be dropping down from above somehow. They actually gave the okay. The okay for what? Like a console release? Yeah, either I missed something or there's a chasm in town. Actually, I wonder. Oh, you know what? Saying that there's a cave in here is probably a hint that this exists. There's probably not a way actually through the wall. You have to like come down from above. That's what I think it is. Yeah, they're buying them out. Yes, they intend to, but the FTC might block it. Oh wait, the FTC gave the okay? Is that what you mean? Oh, okay. That's either really good or really, really bad. I love how I can use light roots underground to find shrines above ground, because they're one-to-one. Like, I played a lot of WoW. I mean, like, a lot of WoW. And there are a number of things that would improve WoW that Microsoft legitimately might actually do. Yeah, getting rid of Bobby Kotick is like #1 on that list. If Microsoft cleans house and like deals with all like the sexism and stuff, that'd be great. If they pull back like the sort of like mobile-centric design where it's less about having fun and more about getting you back day after day after day, that'd be great. If they actually force them to stick to a consistent release schedule for content, that would also be great. After playing Final Fantasy XIV, I'm spoiled. I'm just like, I know for a fact every 4 to 6 months I'm getting a content drop. In World of Warcraft, it's literally just, it's done when it's done. Well, maybe we'll drop like Mage Tower the next time one of our major competitors has a big release planned. It's so blatant once you know to look for it. It's whenever World of Warcraft gives you a content update, it's because a competitor is trying to do something fancy. Every single time. Not a single exception. Yeah, we have it really good in Final Fantasy XIV. Also, they're going back and they're redoing the visuals of older equipment, which, as a total glam queen, I am into that. Meanwhile, in World of Warcraft, you have armor from, Classic and TVC and even Wrath of the Lich King to an extent where, like, you can easily count the pixels on a modern display. Yeah, like... yeah. It looks extremely outdated. And, like, I'm the kind of person who will, like... I don't like full sets of glamour. I don't, like, go for full sets. I go for, like, kit bashes. I think it's way more interesting if I, like, make a look out of, like, a dozen other, like, sets. And sometimes, something from, like, a new set works really well thematically with something from an old set, but the resolutions are just so different that it looks like you got halfway through downloading a JPEG and then pulled your Ethernet cord out. it just looks really bad. Blue-white frogs. Where are you? Oh, hi. Yeah, 10 years of improvements. Yeah, like I say, I really appreciate that Final Fantasy is going back and redoing the textures on things. I also appreciate that they're going back and like ungender locking outfits, because my Aura looks really, really, really good in a butler outfit. And everybody looks good in a maid outfit. That said, they still haven't given hats to Hrothgar and Viera. It's been years at this point, and I don't know, I feel like it's kind of not something that we should overlook. I don't play Viera, and I will absolutely never play Hrothgar. At least unless they come up with like Femme Hrothgar and their foxes. If they do that, I'm buying a Fantasia immediately. You like Final Fantasy Glam System, but World of Warcraft has it better? Without question. Like, don't get me wrong, massive FF fangirl, but the wardrobe system from World of Warcraft is just infinitely superior. Yeah, hopefully 7.0, if they just take the wardrobe system, that would be great. Just lift it whole cloth. World of Warcraft steals enough things from you, just take something back. The way it works in World of Warcraft is, as soon as you have ever owned a piece of equipment, you always have access to its unlocked appearance without having to keep the item. The one thing that FF does better is World of Warcraft does not have dyes. Instead, they make recolors as separate items. So, like, if you have a piece of armor in blue and you want it in brown, you have to go get a completely separate piece of armor instead of just dyeing the one that you have. But yeah, like, you just own a piece of armor and you have its appearance literally forever. Every race and gender should be able to wear whatever they want. Total agreement. I probably should have fused something to a sword. Yeah, it's much better. Like I say, the only thing that FF does better is being able to die. And even then, FF dies could be better because we could have die channels. Like, there are so many, like, outfits that I've tried to do. In World of Warcraft, you don't have prisms. Instead, in order to change the appearance of an item, you have to pay the full vendor value of the item. So, like, if an item costs 100 gold... Yeah, you can't die in World of Warcraft. You have to get a completely different item with the same model, but a different palette. Yeah, that's something that Final Fantasy does better. What was I saying? Yeah, so in World of Warcraft, suppose you have a sword and you want to glamour it, and selling that sword to a vendor would give you 100 gold. It costs 100 gold to change the appearance of that sword. And they're... Actually, never mind, I was gonna say... Ah, my Dallas heart, no, come back. What was I saying? Yeah, it's actually really expensive. Yeah, apparently it melts. But it's a chunk of ice. What was I saying? Yeah, like I say, it's actually absurdly expensive to use transmog, that's what it's called in World of Warcraft. But you know, it's the price we pay, it's a money sink. World of Warcraft was actually where I first got into, like, putting together outfits, and then in Final Fantasy I really got into it. I should really post, like, a bunch of my glamours on Twitter. I might do that later tonight, or tomorrow, or Sunday. If I remember. Which I might not. I'm very scatterbrained at times. Extremely scatterbrained. Fair enough. Yeah, like... I would love it if I could go back to World of Warcraft. It's just the problem is the World of Warcraft that I want to go back to doesn't exist anymore. The World of Warcraft that I loved, I'd say, last existed during Mists of Pandaria. Ever since then, it's been less about having, like, you know, fun and more about putting in systems to, like, time gate you and force you to keep coming back. Like, if you go and watch the, I believe Captain Grimm is the name of the YouTuber. If you go and you watch the Captain Grimm Shadowlands launch parody video that they did, at one point you see a night elf rip off a necklace and shoot it several times with a gun. That necklace was from Battle for Azeroth, and basically it was a thing that you had to constantly feed materials every single day, and if you didn't keep up with it every single day, it fell behind. And the thing about it was, that thing was your best piece of gear, and one of the biggest determiners of how much damage you did. So like, if you don't log in and do your dailies every single day to feed materials to this necklace, you are just permanently weaker than other players who have done the same. And the World of Warcraft community is highly toxic, so if you don't have a very powerful necklace, they're not going to invite you to groups. So like, if you want to get into World of Warcraft, you have to get all the way into World of Warcraft because you have to play it every single day to keep up. Oh yes, I'm definitely on the better side of the grass now. I started playing Final Fantasy in Heavensward, and I uninstalled World of Warcraft for the last time during Shadowlands. There was overlap for a very long time where I like went back and forth between both games because it's just like, there's a content drop in Final Fantasy XIV, I'll play World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft isn't fun, I'll go play Final Fantasy XIV. You know, back and forth as one does. And then with like Shadowlands and the sexual abuse and just, yeah. Wesk, I think... Wesk, weren't you like late Realm Reborn or early Heavensward? Yeah, Wesk was tail end ARR. Wesk and I met at the tail end of Shadowlands about 2 weeks before Endwalker dropped. I remember it intensely because it was a very entertaining sort of exchange. I had gotten a puppy from somewhere, like a minion puppy, and I went to Earth's Fount because I just like to wander around the world map. And I posted in Novice Network, because I'm a mentor, I posted, I already have this puppy, so if nobody else wants it, I'm just going to throw it in the river. And then another player was just like, no, give me the puppy, I'll give it a home. So she came over to Earth's Found and took the puppy, and she was happy. And then she and I had a very nice conversation for about an hour, and then Wesk showed up riding a Cerberus, slapped us both, and left. So I sent him a DM saying the word bitch, and then we became friends. Not the most normal start, but it's a completely true story. I called Wesk a bitch and now we're best friends. Yeah, we kind of have that dynamic because Wesk works from home and for a very long time I was unemployed. So for like a year and a half, we were like just chatting all day, every day. Sadly, now I have a job and I can only like DM him infrequently. Although I have started streaming, so like this is an opportunity for us to like sort of like have that parasocial interaction. Real life Sag, yeah. Yeah, parasocial. Yeah, happens to everybody. I'm currently working on getting a better job with better hours, but the one that I'm at right now, there have been some rough spots, but like, it's kind of smoothing over. I think, I hope. But I would absolutely love to have like a remote job so I can just be like at home listening to music and like maybe playing some Minecraft on the side while doing my work. Because my current job is a retail job, so I have to constantly be listening for customers. Because if a customer comes in the store and nobody greets them, that's bad. As long as they respect me for who I am and treat me right. Yeah, about that. We're getting there. Although I did... Fox scared of Coliseums. Yes, after the Lionels, I'm not coming back without like high tier stuff. I did feel a bit like a bad person earlier today because I have a coworker who writes really, really bad reports, and being able to like reference old reports is really, really important. And yeah, foxes aren't scared of anything. Good point. Being able to read old reports is really important. And this guy writes like terrible reports, like lots of spelling mistakes, poor word choice, like not a lot of information. I found out today that he's dyslexic. He has a really, really hard time writing things. So I'm just like, oh, okay, I should be nicer to you about that. I was just like, wow, this kid's 18 and he doesn't know how to spell the word labor? Oh, he can't spell the word labor. Yeah, it explains a lot. And like I say, I'm gonna be nicer to him moving forward. Not that I was ever rude to him, but I was kind of like... I definitely had that aura of like, you should be better than this. Yeah, it's definitely a thing, and now that I know that it's a thing, I'm going to be more accommodating. And it's really that easy. Also, I'm kind of tearing through light roots today, holy crap. It's been 42 minutes and it's just been nothing but light roots, and honestly I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah. You can't spell it already. Yeah, that would, actually that might be like a silver lining, because then you'd have an excuse. Ow. Like, fun fact, something that I don't make a secret of, I'm autistic. So like, communication, like understanding people and being understood by people is really difficult for me. I put a lot of work into it to the point where like a lot of people don't know that I'm autistic until I tell them. But like it definitely makes things harder, and whenever people help by accommodating that, it just makes my life a million times easier. Because sometimes I ask questions that on a normal person would be really stupid, but on me it's just like, no, seriously, like, is this what you meant? Yeah, having a controller to type on makes it really difficult to, spell. If you're playing Final Fantasy on like a PlayStation, you can get like a cheap USB keyboard and use that, just saying. Like for typing, not necessarily for playing. Yeah, your first partner was autistic with OCD? What are the odds that you're my ex? No. My ex was a... Nah. You're way cooler than him. Yeah, you've seen it all. Fair enough. God, the thought that my ex might show up to one of my streams someday just because he's like, ooh, VTuber. That's a thought. Ow, bonk. Yeah. Turning the doorknob a dozen times. Well, it's like, how do I put this? Watching the thing go into the door and being like, is it flush? Is it sticking out a little bit? Like, that smooth gliding motion is kind of hypnotic. I've done that. I've done that a lot, to a lot of doors. Yeah, everybody's different, everybody's got their own thing going on. Something that I did a lot as a child, which I have thankfully grown out of, is I had this obsession with making sure that everything was evenly distributed. Which sounds harmless, except if, for example, I touched my right foot to the floor, I would then have to touch my left foot to the floor to make it even. But then, right had gone first, so then I'd have to go left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor after that, so that left would have a chance to go first. And like, I did this with everything. So like, if I scratched my shoulder, I had to scratch the other shoulder, then I had to scratch the other shoulder a second time and scratch the first shoulder a second time. Sadly, I grew up during a time where neurodivergence was not very well understood. So I did not get the support I needed during my childhood. And now look at me, I'm a VTuber. I'm a cautionary tale. Probably deal with this like before moving. I will say this Frost Talus sword is putting in work. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually legitimately kind of terrified that this was gonna be a Shield of the Mind's Eye. Yeah, I have all the support I want now. Yes, and I am incredibly, incredibly blessed to have such wonderful friends. That means you, Wesk. Yes, Wesk has a bunch of friends. He's really popular. Wesk is really hard on himself, and he doesn't deserve it. He's a really great guy. Let's make a plane. Do I have access to steering wheels? No, I don't, but I do have rockets, and honestly, you know, enthusiasm can make up for accuracy in a pinch. Yeah, we're all our own worst enemy. Fun fact, kind of related to that, I would have started streaming way sooner if I wasn't incredibly self-conscious about how low my voice is. Except for you, heat is your worst enemy. I'm Canadian, I totally get that. It's the light route. Yeah, like, I can go, like, outside without a jacket in, like... Oh, would you miss power outages are fun? Basically just, like, a little bit of back and forth about, you know, growing up with autism and, you know, how support is great and how, you know, due to that last point, you're pretty great, Wes. Just saying. But yeah, like I say, I'm Canadian. I can, like, go outside when it's snowing without, like, wearing a sweater or a jacket or anything if I really feel like it. But, like, the moment it's, like... How hot has it been recently? Hold on. Yeah, so like today it was like 25 degrees Celsius, which is like 77 Fahrenheit. I was dying. I just like melt into a puddle. Yeah, hopefully no more outages. Yeah, Canadians are superpowered and nice. You see this piece of equipment. Frostbite shirt. Increases your attack power in low temperature environments. Canadians have that passively. Oh, this looks really good with the shorts, actually. The hat ruins it, hold on. Okay, I like this. 77 is cold. No it's not. 77 is, like, me dying of heat. That top is incredibly cute. I love it so much. The best part is when the effect is active, when it's like really cold and the effect is active, the icicles glow, which I think looks really, really nice. You know what? I'll show you. Hold on. 77 you would put on long pants. So like, check out, this is the top in like normal temperature. I love the sleeves. If you look closely, it's kind of hard to see, but like Link's nails are painted blue like this on his non-Zonai hand. Then if we go up to like a cold region, like let's say Hebra. Now I'm in a cold region, and as you can see, the icy elements have all lit up. And my nail polish is also glowing, which I think is absolutely delightful. Yeah, the detail in this game is amazing. Also, Link, this is how Canadians dress in cold weather. Stop shivering. You're being weak. You're bringing shame. So fun fact, hot springs heal you. And and falling into the ground while diving from any height will do at least 1 heart of damage. You need like 10 layers if it gets to 60. Yeah, so close to death, 110. See, part of why I play so fast and loose with my health is because even if I die, it just makes an amusing clip. Just sort of like hanging out in the hot spring, you know, soaking my ankles. But yeah, no, I love this top. It's so good looking. Yeah, content, exactly. Alright. So like a cool thing about light roots and shrines is that every light root below ground corresponds to a shrine above ground. The headpiece fits really well. Thank you. I just kind of threw it together on the spot, but it's like, hey, Glam Queen. That and just Minna's headpiece looks good with everything. I've mentioned this before, but in my youth, when I was playing Twilight Princess, which is my second most favorite Zelda game, Midna was my favorite character to the point where I wanted to be Midna. And I still do. That desire has not gotten any weaker. I just want to be Midna. Specifically, like Imp Midna, not Twilight Midna. I just love the thought of being like this tiny little floating gremlin that just like is genuinely helpful, but is also kind of irritating. Yeah, doesn't everybody? I don't know, some people don't. I don't get it. Yeah, no, Min is amazing. Like, Zelda is at its best when the plot is dark and the companions sassy. Which is why Majora's Mask is my favorite. And then Twilight Princess is number 2, and then Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom I'd say is probably number 3. But like, Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom are like so different, I wonder if I should like count them as a separate thing. Because like, in terms of like, you know, traditional dungeon crawling Zelda games, Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess hands down. But like, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are just kind of like their own thing. Yeah, low-key most of the plots are pretty dark. Yes. But some of them are darker than others. I've learned how to use bombs. Do I have a favorite? Yes, Majora's Mask. Oh, that's cool. If I do a combo with this piece equipped, I get like a fire, an ice AoE. That's really cool. Let me put some pants on. I'll have mercy on poor Link. Oh. I think my favorite like Zelda game that not as many people have played is Minish Cap, the Game Boy Advance game. Minish Cap had a lot of charms, some really cool lore tidbits, and was just genuinely fun. You've never played Minish Cap? We've got to fix that at some point. It's really, really good. Oracle Better? That's a game that I've never played. I never played Oracle of Ages or Seasons. Didn't try that one, nothing to play it on. Not that I would ever condone such a thing, but Game Boy Advance is really easy to emulate, just saying. Okay, so there's gotta be like a shrine here. And it's probably like inside the mountain. But yes, highly recommend SMT Nocturne, highly recommend Majora's Mask, sorry, Minish Cap. Like, the best way I can like describe the charm of Minish Cap, the main gimmick of that game is size changing. You can go from like normal Link, yes I do also recommend Majora's, highly recommend Majora's. You can go from like in Minish Cap, you can go from like normal sized Link to like tiny sized Link, like the size of a beetle, if that. And the first boss of the game is a completely ordinary Choo-Choo. But the thing is, you're really, really small, so it's like a giant Choo-Choo. Where did that go? Yeah, just a little guy. Yeah, like I said, the first boss in Minish Cap is just an ordinary Choo-Choo, and to beat it, you have to like siphon off the jelly from its base so that it falls over and you can stab it in the eyes. By that point, you've like learned the size thing and used it for an entire dungeon. It's like the very first like mechanic in the game is size shifting. But yeah. Oh, that's cute. It's like hiding behind the statues. Yeah, stabby stabby. Wind Waker is also really good. Highly recommend. Basically, I recommend like every single Zelda game. It's a really good series. Another series that I've mentioned this a few times now, but I'm just gonna say it again. Another series that like really I want to see on Switch is Metroid Prime. Like they came out with like a Prime trilogy for the Wii, and I would love it if they re-released the Prime trilogy for Switch. That is true, they did come out with the first Metroid Prime on Switch. I need to get Metroid Prime on Switch, it's such a good game. But yeah, like Metroid Prime 2 Echoes and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, also really fun games. Growing up, I had a demo disc for Metroid Prime 2, so I could play like the first like 15 minutes of the game, and then it was just like, play the full game now, please. And I once rented Metroid Prime 3 for a week. And it was the only time I've ever rented a game, and I was just like, demo disc? Yes. There was a collector's edition, I believe, for Metroid Prime that came with a bonus disc, which included a bunch of like art and a demo for Metroid Prime 2. You just turned to dust. Why did you turn to dust? Questioning demo discs. Yeah, basically the case came with 2 CDs instead of 1. One of them had like a bunch of art, some videos. How often do they do demo discs? Very infrequently. It was not a common thing at all. It used to be way more common back in like the PS1 era, I think. Where you would like get your PlayStation and it would like come with a demo disc that had like 20 games on it, but you could only play those games for like 15 minutes at a time. Yeah, it was really cool. It's like when you're a kid and you start like playing a game that you don't own inside of another game, you feel like a hacker. It's great. Down here, I guess. hacking photosynthesis. I'm in. Yeah. Playing a game inside of another game. Is this Yakuza? Yakuza is another series that I've never played. I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. Like, maybe I have the completely wrong impression of it, but like, Yakuza just seems like a game where like, you run around, mash buttons, and silly things happen. Yeah, everybody says that they're really good. It's just like, I don't know, it's kind of failed to capture my interest. Not saying it won't at some point, it just hasn't yet. Yeah. I like Dark Souls of all things. Well, Dark Souls is not a button masher. Yakuza should be right up my alley. DMC is more button masher and I love DMC. Fair. Alright. I'm listening. Yakuza, you button mash, you die. Oh, gotta go. I really enjoyed having you here. The next stream will be on Sunday, and it starts an hour earlier. Just letting you know ahead of time. Thank you very much for dropping by in the first place. I really appreciate it. Take care. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. How do I get this out? Okay, I got an idea. It is a perfect idea, not subject to question. My ideas are always questionable. Fair. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so that didn't work. Okay, I gotta come up with a plan B. Oh, hello, Luminous Stone. Lighting my path. Oh, hey, wait, this rocket's back here. Never mind, this is the intended solution. First things first, what's actually over here? I should kill another Talus, because like these Talus hammers are really good. Not that button. Yeah, much power. Booble Frog, we take those. A bright bloom seed of all things. Okay. I mean, I do need those. Yeah. Only another 900 frogs to go. Oh wait, that's Koroks. Let me put something on this that would be good for breaking things. I still need to find a mining drill. I also kind of wonder if Mengyu overloading works the same in this game that it did in the last game. Because being able to do durability transfer would be really nice. Not that I would ever condone such a thing. Alright, how do I handle this? Yeah, cheater? I'm not cheating, I'm just... cheating. Also, it's probably patched out. Almost certainly. Ooh, Feather Spear. Nice. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. It's basically the exact same plan, except instead of pointing straight up, I'm going to point it at an angle. Select. Beautiful. I love that that strapping a rocket to it is like actually the intended solution. That makes me happy. Oh, did I nail the shot? I nailed the shot. Ha! Oh, I'm proud of myself for that one. Oh, that one. I'm proud of myself for that one. Hi, Final Eclipse. Did you just bear witness to one of the greatest shots I've ever landed? Holy crap. You'll just have to watch the clip later. Thank you for popping that back. Thank you for popping back in, Recycle Gear Set. Holy crap, I'm proud of myself for that one. Oh, I was like, I'll point it in the vague direction of the shrine. Absolutely nailed it. Oh, I'm proud of that one. Wow, okay. That's definitely like the highlight of the stream for me. Also, I'm glad that you made it home safely. Yeah, 1 in a million shot. I mean, it's probably not that unreasonable. But at the same time, it was really cool. this game makes me happy. I just got a text message in real life. What's going on? It's probably something to... Oh. Okay, nothing I care about. You have to go make dinner. Make chicken nuggets. And then share them with me. Ow, bonk. No, your nuggies. I think you mean our nuggies. Let's not use our mining hammer on killing things. She says as she uses her mining hammer on killing things. Ineffectually at that. I really need to find something to use this Ancient Blade Reaper on, because, like, I put that thing together, like, so long ago, and it has since sat in my inventory, like, what if I need it later? Yeah, maybe if I fused more stuff. Oh! My avatar just crashed for a second. Hold on. What's going on? Hello? Calibrate? Okay, there we go. Oh, shoot. Unpin, sorry. I clicked back into Twitch, and I accidentally hit pin your comment. Yeah, not that your comments aren't worthy of note. Yeah, maybe I should have just left it pinned. Okay, that one was entirely on me. I was like, oh, I'll circle around so that he backs off and, like, doesn't be so close to the edge. And then he just shoved me off the edge. And it's like, the edge is not a nice place to be at. Yeah. Yeet. It's the full spectrum. Earlier I had, I can't remember, isn't it like Kobe for accuracy and then Yeet for power? So like earlier I had Kobe and that was Yeet. Thank you, Sidon. Yeah, like, Yeet is throwing something, but like, Yeet is like throwing something with like a lot of force, just to, like, get as much distance as possible. And then Kobe is like, throw it and like hit a target really accurately. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, it's my... There we go. Okay. Once again, there is no shrine where there should be a shrine. I wonder if it's like... Nope, can't be in the sky. There should be a shrine here, but there's not. Wait, hold on, is this like a... It is. Well, that was disappointing. Alright, try this again. I want to get up there. It could always be underground. True. That's a Gleeok. That looks, at the very least, noteworthy. Well, that's kind of cool. That's like a crater. Oh, that's where I just came from. Okay. This thing... There's a Korok there. I guess I'll help. 10 out of 10 attention paying. I am paying attention, just... You know, things look differently from the sky. Alright, I got a Korok, a fan, and a glider. This promises fun. Nice and simple. Oh yeah, this is easy. Alright. I love how the Koroks like scream in terror when you pick them up. I don't know, there's just something really satisfying about it. Just like there's something really satisfying about rockets, it's just inherently fun. Alright, gotta make sure to attach this fan to the glider and not to the rocket. Because if I put it on the rocket, it'll fall apart. Oh, crud. This has turned into a difficult situation. Okay, so, like, the thing is, whenever I rewind it and drop it, it loses all of its momentum, so, like... It'll get down here eventually. This is, like, the dumbest possible way to do this. Let's give it, like, back there. If it works, you say, I don't think it's working. Alright, I don't think he's gonna see his friend anytime soon. I don't think he's coming back. I'll just make a note to come back later, I guess. Yeah, I don't think he's meeting his friend. The duality of Fox. Alright, let's just go back underground. Also, I have enough upgrades now to get a new heart. Which I should do at some point. Alas, I just went back underground. Yeah. Only 1 instead of 10. Good point. I swear, none of that was intentional. I just straight up could not find a goddess statue. They were all hiding from me. I had access to 7. Well, I mean, yeah, it's an open world game. The question is whether or not I've encountered them, which I didn't. That's how that works. Yeah, I did though, I just ran past them all. I mean, I didn't know that. But yeah, like I say, not intentional, I just never found a goddess statue. I also didn't know about Kakariko. Yeah, I couldn't find it. What am I even doing here? Like, is there a purpose to climbing this? Okay, there is. This is like a thing that I want to be on top of. Okay. Also, earlier, those bokoblins that I killed, they were by a cookpot. I should have used that cookpot. Honestly, I should probably spend some time in, like, forests on the surface. Just, like, collecting materials to use for food. Because, like, I could really use some, like, hearty food or some stamina food. There's a lot that I should do. Yeah. Like, that's the beauty of a game like this, you know? There's no wrong way to play. Oh, speaking of, let me go right ahead and put him back in his shorts. Wow, this is a tall mountain. Can I get some stamina back here? Yes, I can. Delightful. It's a little scuffed, but it works. Tonight feels like it's gone by really quickly. It has. We've been having fun. Time flies when you have fun. Well, I've been having fun. I hope you all have been having fun as well. I'm glad you've been having fun. Yeah, like... I feel like the way I just approach life means that you either think I'm a lot of fun, or you just, like, want to throttle me in, like, maybe an affectionate way. Ow, bonk. Okay, it's just been fun. No alternatives. Fun is now mandatory. Dissenting opinions will not be tolerated. Yeah, much better. Oh, what's going on over here? That's the ceiling. We don't care about ceilings. And that's a light route. Definitely having fun. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Also, I think my, like, calibration is off. Rude to ceilings. Well, it's not like I'm ever gonna meet one. This world was made for somebody approximately 5 inches taller than me. Let me recalibrate my tracking. Alright, hopefully that makes it a little bit more accurate. Let's see, then there's another one here. And this splotch tells me that there's one right here, if the shrine didn't already. Let's just hit that one. I like how loading screens are just like my opportunity to check my text messages. Oh my. Alright, that one is, that one's certainly a thing. Yeah. Big game needs big loads. I mean, you know, looking at Link, big loads seem appropriate, you know? We got a thing here. Alright, fine, I'll deal with the procs. Ow, bonk! Yeah, bonk. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pure and innocent. Rockets. Aiming at the purple. Or the pink, depending on your opinion. Am I just like brain farting, or am I just like... Did I just forget how to rotate things with Ultra Hand? Yes, I did. Okay. I straight up forgot how to rotate things with Ultra Hand. I've only been doing it for several streams now. Yeah, I forgot. These things happen a lot. Oh, I did it again. Dang it. I'm hitting X instead of R. And it's making me, like, drop them. I'm doing it again. Why am I doing that again? Okay. Why have I started doing this? I have no reason to have started doing this. Let's put this here. I am very bad at this suddenly. Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it. I don't know why. Anyway, rockets. Yeah, that was almost hilarious. Tell the hands who's boss. Yeah, barely skidded by the tree. I'm still very scared of the hands. Yeah. The hands are scary. I think I need the Master Sword to deal with them. What are the odds that the hands, like, drop something really, really powerful and useful that, like, would have been useful to have 20 streams ago? Probably high. Ascend. Okay, if I could just see what I was doing. Alright, I got the hat for that. Okay, this should help a little. Ooh, Zonite. Yeah, if I just had light. Okay, where's the top to this thing, actually? Yeah, that's pretty high up. That sounded menacing. That's menacing. And Link is just slipping down this cliff face. Alright, how do I get up there? Possibly like this. Okay, not like that. This looks kind of promising. Process of elimination, I'll find it eventually. Oh. Ow. Or I'll die, because I fell off of something. Because I hit the button to jump when I meant to, like, use a rune or something. Oh, there's a thing over there. Maybe I can glide from there to it. That'd be nice. Yeah, that might be the winning move. Oh. Never mind, I don't have to get up top. This is the exact same thing that happened last time, too. Like, the exact same reveal. Ah, jeez. I can't keep getting away with this. Yeah, that was, Yeah, like, I did see it mid-flight, but, like, I thought it was on top of that thing that I was trying to climb. Okay, Yiga, stop it. Every now and then I bust out a smooth move like that one. Object permanence score 0. No! I have object permanence. Alright, just gotta find a way in. This looks kind of like a way in. Let's do that. Ow. It's just like getting your face pierced. Oh, crud. Well, never mind. Attempt 2. That's certainly an interesting front door. And again, they are a bunch of, like, evil ninjas, so I guess that's to be expected. Okay, that's the guy I have to kill to get in. These eyes are just too good. Yeah, how rude to evil ninjas. Now I'm just thinking about the classic internet debate of pirates versus ninjas. I've always been Team Ninja. Instant scaffold, nice. Oh, I get it. You, like, have to use the Yiga schematic to, like, get into the Yiga base, and then you get the schematic. That makes sense. I work at Team Ninja. I wrote Stranger of Paradise. All I'm saying is, why do you think all the characters in that game are so mysteriously obsessed with cubes? There's something odd about the walls stretching from the floor to the ceiling. It looks artificial. There's no entrance and you can't blast through. Some kind of treasure inside. Can't dig, maybe try the surface. Similar man-made ruins on the surface called Lome. Are we near? Lome. Well, I don't see it. Maybe like up here? Oh well, let's go here. Is there like a chasm I can use? Oh. Yes, there is, I think. Okay, let's go there. But yeah, fun fact, my favorite primitive shape is the cube. I have absolutely no idea why, or like when this started. But at some point I'm just like, cubes are kind of awesome. I just held on to that reveal for a while. No, I've said this several times. Gold apple. That's what that means. Maybe a thunderstorm is not the best time to be picking apples. You meant that I said about cubes in SOP but didn't elaborate. Fair. Yeah, cubes are my favorite primitive, and in Stranger of Paradise, whenever the characters encounter a save point, they're just like, oh look, cubes! And I'm just like, yes, finally, a game written for me. I still love the way that the rain pitter-patters against the paraglider. As like a sound design thing. I want to go across the river. Okay. Yeah, the game's really good. Like, you can definitely tell that a ton of love and, like, hard work went into this game. Yeah, like, lots of little details. And, like, it's the little details that, like, make a good game great. And like, as somebody who, does a little level design on the side, it's the little details that take up 90% of the time and result in like 10% of the finished product. But like, you need to put them in. It's like, you just don't want to deal with like endless plains of grass. Actually, hold on. Maybe there's a market for Lawnmower Simulator. Actually, yeah. Hold on. Is that a thing already? It probably exists. But like, imagine if it didn't. Oh, looks like that is not helpful for getting to where I want to go. Still kind of cool though. Yeah, get to work then. There are other games that I would want to make first, but Honestly, maybe this is just like an untapped market that I should take advantage of. Because, like, Power Washing Simulator is really popular. And I don't know, maybe Lawnmower Simulator would have like very similar energy to it. SpongeBob DLC. I don't get it. Oh right, yeah, the Power Wash Simulator had like SpongeBob DLC, didn't it? Gods, like if I could collaborate with like a show from my childhood. Now, what I have to wonder is like, how does power washing underwater work? Like, how does that work? We have no idea, but we'll find out soon. Fair enough. I just remembered that one email from Power Wash Simulator where it was like a potential client being like, "Hey, I just wanted to ask, the water that you wash things with, is it heated? Because if it's not heated, then actually you're pressure washing things, not power washing them. Just thought you should rebrand." And I'm just like, yeah, that's what people are like. Okay, looks like a big wall going this way. But yes, some people are like that. Yeah. Alright, I don't think I'm getting through this wall, so I'm gonna approach it from the south. It's like, that's a neat bit of trivia, but like, I'm getting things clean, so who really cares if it's labeled correctly? Granted, a lot of what I do professionally does require me to be incredibly pedantic, so I guess it does matter, but still. Yeah, Wishy's good at their job is what matters. Exactly. I'm just thinking about that, like, shot onto the shrine again. That one might have to be like my first YouTube short, because I don't know if I can wait the several weeks it would take for that to come out in a highlight. Yeah, it is a good idea. I might do that. Twitch has like an in-website editor for like shorts, so yeah, maybe I'll try that out with that clip. Alright. There's about 10 minutes left in the stream, so I'm gonna try and hit this last light route before I finish. Not that I'm counting down the seconds until we must part or anything. But I think it's... Oh, thank you for the pets. I like the pets. You like how I'm conditioned to expect bonk? I mean, I definitely get more bonks than pets. Oh, bonk. Maybe I'll learn to be nice to myself. Maybe. No, I won't say it. Oh, bonk. Oh, that one scared me just a little. Okay, what I was going to say, since you, blocked me preemptively, what I was going to say was, not being nice to me has been the traditionally chosen option. Oh, bonk. This Viggoron sword is definitely, like, one of the best things I've ever found in this game. Like, just so much attack power and durability. Actually, I wonder if I can, like, rename Hammer to Bonk. You feel like all the weapons down here have this kind of durability? Yes, because the weapons down here are not corroded, like the ones on the surface are. So they have, like, higher attack and higher durability, just across the board. I do like the size of my Zona collection. You mean compared to Viggoron? I don't know, I feel like Viggoron's sword has, like, really noteworthy durability. Because, like, that was this thing in the first game, too, was Viggoron's sword was the weapon with the most durability in the game. I like how it's called Daylight Grove and it's pitch black. Yeah, in the first game, Viggoron's sword, its thing was that it had the most durability. Like, a Viggoron sword with durability up, rank 2, had, like, something absurd, like 900 durability. Where, like, the second place weapon had, like, 300 durability. Yeah, it's like Viggoron's sword with durability up and, like, Hylian's shield with durability up were, like, the champions. You never found it in Breath of the Wild? That's because in Breath of the Wild, it was an amiibo weapon. You couldn't actually get it in-game without an amiibo. You had to get it from Ocarina of Time Link, I believe. Yeah. That's part of why I'm, like, so excited to, like, find all these, like, alternate Link outfits in-game. And, like, all these, like, you know, stuff like the Wind Waker Link Boomerang. These things were in the first game, but they were amiibo exclusive. But in this game, they're just in this game. And you can, like, buy duplicates if you lose them. Yeah, it's all a base game. Which I appreciate. it seems like I was looking into it. The amiibos still drop the weapons and they still drop the armor pieces. But the new thing that they added is they drop paraglider skins, which are purely cosmetic, I presume. And like the weapons and armor can just like actually be found in game through non-pay-to-win means, which I think is really cool. It's like, yes, if you have Ocarina of Time Link, you can get like the Viggoron sword for free, but like you don't need Ocarina of Time Link to get Viggoron's sword now. My throat is really dry. I will take a drink while I fly off into the darkness. I'll keep climbing and see if I get on top of anything, but if not, I'll just drop down and go around it. I feel like this is an obstacle that I should go around and not over. I'm just getting that impression from it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, I never learn, you say? No, I definitely learn. Oh, hi. Hello, friends. Right, there it is. Called it. See, I do learn. After 30 tries. I mean, some might call me slow to learn. I call myself determined. But with that, we have hit the 2-hour mark. It's 9:30 my time. And I think I'm going to be calling the stream there. I've had a wonderful time. I hope everybody else has also had a wonderful time. The next stream will be on Sunday, starting at, I believe, 5:30 Eastern. Also, just yesterday, a highlight compilation episode 4 came out on my YouTube, which I suggest you go check out if you haven't seen it already. That's enough self-marketing. I hope you all have a wonderful night and sleep well tonight. And enjoy your weekends. Goodbye, everybody.